Hi, it's Mrs. Lohoff. This is lesson 6.12, whole numbers divided by unit fractions, letter E. We're going to be doing word problems this time. Remember the rule, guys. Look at the title, a whole number divided by a unit fraction. Every problem is going to be first the whole number divided by a unit fraction. What's a unit fraction? It's a fraction where the numerator or the top number is 1. So let's look at these word problems. And it's not going to let me change there we go. All right. Look at these word problems. And I can see already I've got a whole number 3 and I have a unit fraction of 1/4. So I'm going to be starting with the whole number and dividing by the unit fraction. But let's read it to make sure. Mrs. Davis has 3 large bags of sugar. She uses 1/4 of a bag to make 1 batch of cookies. How many batches of cookies can she make? This is a real life problem. It's right now when I'm making this video, it's the start of a holiday season, and a lot of people like to do baking for that. So there's a lot of flour and sugar in my house getting ready for some baking. So Miss Davis starts with 3 bags of sugar, and we need to know how many batches of cookies she can make if each batch is 1/4 of the bag. So whole number 3 divided by unit fraction, the top number's a 1, that's a unit fraction, 3 divided by 1/4. Couple of different ways you can do this. I'm going to show keep, change, flip first. To do that, we have to take 3 and write 3 as a fraction. 3 as a fraction is 3/1 divided by 1/4. All right, so we're going to keep the 3/1, change the divide to multiply, and flip the 1/4 so that the 4 is on the top and the 1 is on the bottom. Now we multiply. 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 times 1 is 1. A number over 1 is a whole number, so 12/1 is the same as 12. So she can make 12 batches of cookies with the sugar that she has. The other method, be very careful, because if you multiply the 3 and the 4 and you keep that 1 at the top, that is telling you that she can make 1/12 of a batch of cookies. And hopefully your brain will go, that doesn't make sense. Something's not right here. She should be able to make a whole batch at least, right? She's got 3 bags of sugar. So if this happens, oh, that can't be right. Go back and do the keep, change, flip, because we have to write that whole number as a fraction. That's the problem. All right, this problem. A chef has 5 pounds of chocolate. More cooking. If each dessert requires 1/3 pound of chocolate, how many desserts can he make? Same thing. This time it's chocolate. We have 5 pounds of chocolate. Each dessert requires 1/3 of a pound. So we need to figure out how many desserts he can make. Keep, change, flip. 5 needs to be over 1. That's how we write it as a fraction, 5/1. That's the same as 5. Divided by 1/3. Keep, change, flip. Keep 5/1. Change, divide to multiply, and flip 1/3 so that the 3 is at the top. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. 15/1 is 15 whole. Now you might look at this and realize the pattern that is starting to happen. If you are noticing that pattern, you don't have to go through the steps of keep, change, flip, but be careful that your answers make sense. All right, let's do one more. A carpenter has a 6-foot long board. He needs to cut it into pieces that are each 1/2 foot long. How many pieces is he going to get? This one is super practical. I was building, I didn't have a board. I built a hoop cover for my chickens, and I needed a frame to start the hoop. And I had to cut 2x4s or something. I had to cut boards. Well, I guess they were boards. I had to cut wood into pieces, and I needed to figure out how many pieces I would get from each large piece of wood. Same thing. So we're starting off with 6 feet, and we're going to divide it into a half pieces, and we need to know how many pieces are we going to get. You might have an answer in your head if you figured out that pattern, and that's great. Hang on to that answer as I do the keep, change, flip. Write 6 as a fraction. 6 as a fraction is 6 over 1, divided by 1/2. Now we're ready for keep, change, flip. Keep 6 over 1, change, divide to multiply, and flip so that 2 is on top and the 1 is on the bottom. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 over 1 equals 12. And if you got that, there would be 12 pieces without going through keep, change, flip. That's awesome. But if you need to use the keep, change, flip each time, go ahead and do it. It's up to you. All right. Good luck. Next time I do a lesson, it's going to be wrapping up Module 6. It's going to be a mastery check. See you then. Bye.